Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Built Like This podcast. I'm your host, Maxine. We're on episode 337. I just came from watching Speak No Evil. I had to remember, what did I watch? I saw my memory be like, what the fuck is happening today? Anyway, Speak No Evil. If y'all don't do anything else today, aside from listening to this podcast and watching me, if you're watching on YouTube, hey, make sure you subscribe. Go to the movie theaters right now. It came out September 13th, so just a few days ago, and it's magnificent. It is magnificent. Let me tell you who deserves an Oscar. James McVoy. Is it McAvoy? Oh, Lord. And hold on. He has gray hair already in this other clip. He looks older here, but he's only 45. This man played the shit out of his character. He played, and his face looks familiar. Let me share it with y'all in case, again, make sure you are watching me on YouTube so you are seeing what I am saying. He played the shit out of his character. This is him, James McVoy. He's from Scotland. Scotland. That's not the good one, right? Anyway, he's 45. He looks familiar, right? He's only 5'7". Can't believe him. He's from the movie Split and Glass. I didn't see Glass though, but I remember watching Split when it came out, and I was so impressed. And I just never really paid attention to him since, or I didn't see anything else from him. Wasn't necessarily following him in his career. But child, Speak No Evil. Whoo-wee. And he looks a little different because in Split, obviously he was younger, but he was slimmer and his hair was bald. Like his head was bald. So he didn't look exactly the same, still the same face. But anyway, he played the shit out of his character. I think what this movie really speaks to is the feminization of men in our society. Some men, of course, not all men. So when you have a good man, like a man, please stick beside him. I swear, because I'm not going anywhere. Yo, the feminization of men is the theme here in this movie, because the characters, is a couple and their daughter. They're in Italy for vacation. They meet this couple played by James McVoy and his wife. I've seen her before too. But anyway, it's definitely a horror. It's a drama. But okay, so they're vacation in Italy. James McVoy and his wife, they're there. They live there, and they somehow pull them in to their life. They're very charismatic. They're very aggressive socially, but it's in a way where you feel bad if you say no. But anyway, the husband of the main couple, who's not from Italy, who lives in London, they live in London. He's very beta. He's very beta male, so much so that his wife had a little sexting relationship with a stranger over the phone. They didn't have a relationship beyond the phone, but just the discovery of his wife receiving pics on her phone was enough for him to feel so hurt and betrayed, which I let people feel how they feel, but it was a lot. Anyway, that really speaks to just, okay, why did she cheat? Like, what? I feel like oftentimes, again, I say this all the time, when a woman steps out in the relationship, that's because you're not doing something right as the man. And honestly, I think that goes both ways. Like, I think sometimes, yes, men can be men, right? And, what's more than one pussy too, right? There's that. But I think ultimately, if both parties are not contributing to the relationship the way that each other needs, then you're likely to find your partner stepping out. I really do. And I think I just think that's what it is. Anyway, in this case here, he's beta as fuck. He's beta. I hate a bitch ass nigga. He's beta as fuck. And she's pretty much the heroine in this film. But I don't think it was like a cheeky film where it was trying to make you hate men and that's why women are. I didn't get that impression, which I appreciate because I hate the feminization of men in our culture. I hate that we are so in a feminist forward type of movement, and I just, as a woman, I do not approve this message. I don't. So anyway, he had to find the man in him, the Shannon Sharp in him. that the Schmeck video that happened, that allegedly happened, and we'll talk about that, of Shannon Sharp on IG Live. There was a part in the video, he's like growling. I'm sorry, I'm doing a noises, and my dog is looking at me like, what? Like, am I a dog? But if you a real man, you got that dog in you, right? So when a man shows that dog in him, it's like, oh, okay. So this husband, because he's been so beta, finally unlocking the dog in him, the wolf in him, it's like, oh, who is that? And he finally got to that point towards the end of the movie when he had to unlock his survival skills. Like, even as they were trying to run away from this crazy couple, he breaks down. Is like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then the wife had to be, look, stop it. Calm down right now. This is what we're going to. It was wild. But I felt some sympathy towards him because is it even his fault necessarily? Like, because this world is just designed the way that is designed or has been, it's so easy to fall victim to the design. The goal is to feminize our men. And if you are not aware of that, if you're not aware of that, if you're purposely being obtuse about it, if you are just willfully ignorant to it, you will become a victim of it. You will. And I hate it. Anyway, so yeah, so he's very feminized, and not in a like, ooh, I think he's a little, he's gay type of. No, there's a different. It's not. It's more than just. 'Cause I think that's the easy way to seeing it when I say feminization. I never got the impression that he went both ways or if he was gay. I only got the impression that he just didn't have his balls. Like, he didn't have much of a say so. He was of the phrase happy wife, happy life. And I never supported that rhetoric. When you're in a relationship, both parties should be happy. And if both parties not happy, you can't be mad when the party who's not happy goes outside of the relationship and finds happiness elsewhere. That's just what I'm saying. I think we've become so meek, and it's beyond the humble, the admirable humility type of way. It's no, where's your fucking balls, nigga? What's the dog in you? You gotta get that dog. There's literally a scene in the movie. There's literally a scene in the movie when he's screaming in the forest with James McVoy, and he has to show him that dog in him. Like, look, this is what I do when I want to get it all out and when I want to really tap in. And he's like, ah. And then the guy, the beta man, the bitch ass nigga, he's like, huh? And then he finally follows suit, and he's like, ah! Little bitch ass nigga, what the fuck? Even the hunt, there's a scene when he's hunting James McVoy, he's hunting animal. He's this alpha, very strong, brawling, come on, man, aggressive. Ooh, I smell the testosterone. I smell the balls. And then when it came time to the beta male, the bitch ass nigga, when it's time for him to use the rifle and shoot a fox, he's like, is everybody okay? Anyway, this movie's amazing. Everyone did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. From the kids to everybody, okay? And how you know it's gonna be a good film is when you see in the credits, the opening credits, you see Blumhouse. Yeah. I can't tell you any Blumhouse movie that I did not like. Let me see. List of Blumhouse movies. Yo, each and every one of them, I'm like, yup, every time. So, and I will say I don't want to say too much, but it's really good. It's really good. It's a mix of Get Out and being in a foreign land and trying to survive, and also pointing out the feminization of men. It's subtle, and some parts it's not so subtle, but it works with the storyline. It's just so freaking good. It's so good. I will watch it again. I'm so taken aback. I love good art. I love art, and I love it when it's good. When it speaks to the times that we're in. And there's also a part when the wife, she talks about how she's not a meat eater. She's vegetarian, but she does eat fish. And though her husband, the beta man, he's like, he just follows suit and okay, whatever she says, whatever you say, man, even he didn't understand it because fish is still an animal, but people like to justify well, it didn't die viciously in order for me to eat it. Anyway, James McVoy, the aggressive guy, he's going back, he's sparring with her. He's like, it's a little privileged, no? He goes, the amount of fish that you have to catch to be able to sell it, and for the price that it's sold in the grocery store, just for you to eat it and feel better about yourself, I'm not eating, from a cow, all of that, it doesn't count to this this virtuous, holy person that you're trying to present yourself as because you don't eat meat. Anyway, she's like, so she's responding. She's so offended, and she's like, "Oh well, I also donate to this charity." And this, like, girl, shut up, and eat that damn pork, eat that swine. But to each their own. I know some people have their own personal hangups when it comes to eating meat, and they'll justify it. Well, when you eat fish, it's not as deadly or some BS, but child, whatever. Anyway, I'm looking at the list of Blumhouse movies. You have The Purge, you have Insidious, all of them. So yeah, this is definitely a horror, drama, suspense, genre that they focus in. Oh Lord, it's so good. I think I will watch it again. Honestly, I will watch it again. All right, let's move on. Okay, Tyrese. I'm about to say Tyreek. What? Tyrese is back in the news. Why this time? Because he is being indignant. He is being indignant due to the court battle that he's been having regarding the amount of pay he is owed to pay for child support. And this is a complicated issue because I feel like the court system, not even I feel like I've seen examples of how the court system continues to belittle men, black men at that, and rape them litigiously. Hey, I got that. They will rape black men litigiously in the court of law and hold them in contempt for just being black or for just X, Y, and Z. And it's just the court system is often used against black men and in favor of women, whether the woman is black, white, Hispanic, whatever. So I do think there's an injustice there. And I also think there's an injustice when it comes to child support. Yeah, I do. I feel like because it's a money grab for lawyers, especially for someone like Tyrese who makes a fortune from his Fast and Furious movies, the series that it is, the movie series that it is, a part 1, part 2, part 7. His music career, I'm sure, pays him well enough at least. But I know that movie money, that movie check is doing something for him. Something really well. Like I think he said he has his own Starbucks at his compound. He has a lot of things going for himself at his home that presents the image of, yeah, he got it. But I think we're so quick to say and judge someone for quote unquote having it that we fail to look at the principle of it all. Like, just because I may have it doesn't give you the right to rape me. I think let's not use that word anymore. But doesn't give you the right to take advantage of me and violate me financially so that you could get what, child support of 70,000, well actually no, of 10,000 per month? What? How does that make sense? So, according to the news, Tyrese got arrested for failing to pay sufficient child support, which amounted to 10,000 per month. And currently, his only way to avoid jail time was by paying $73,500 within 48 hours. And just like this tweet that I'm reading says, this situation is starting to feel like extortion. And it is unfair to him. I absolutely do agree. I think it is extortion. I think both his child's mother, Samantha Lee, his ex-wife, I don't know if she's even officially an ex yet. I think they're still working through the finalities of their divorce and what she could leave with. But it does feel like extortion. It does feel like a money grab from both parties, from the lawyer and lawyers, because she has a team of them, and in her. I really do. And it's not about, oh, he's being cheap. No, like, you know when someone's taking advantage of you. What do you need $10,000 a month for child support? Especially when Tyrese is already covering the cost of the child's schools, her education. Maybe she already has a separate fund for her college fund. I don't know, but I think ultimately those things are separate from child support. From my understanding of child support, you are paying an X amount of money per month that's exclusive to what you pay for that child's education, for the child's medical bills, and all of that. The 10,000 per month is the everyday, right? So, oh, your food diets, your food budget, your clothing budget, your stuff like that. And regardless, it should not amount to 10,000, because if you do the costs, the math for it, he said himself, and I am going to take his word for it, because it just, when you look at it just from an outside point of view, it looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous, y'all. 10,000 per month for what? What is, I think she's 6 now. What is their 6 or 4-year-old? I think she's young. What does she need 10,000 per month for? And he said on the Joe Budden podcast, when he was a guest there, he said how when they were together, they didn't spend 10,000 per month for their child together. So, and oftentimes I would hear this argument, oh, well, you introduce her to this lifestyle, so you have to keep up that lifestyle, and the mother has to be kept up for that lifestyle. No, she doesn't. What are we talking? People shift all the time. Yeah, like, no, she doesn't. There's no reason why one needs to have a $10,000 budget, regardless of what lifestyle. It's not a necessity. That's the point. It's not a necessity. It's just wild. And I feel sorry for him. I really do. I think it's unfortunate. And this high, oh, well, he got it. He got it. No, that's not the point. The point is you're taking advantage of me. You're extorting me, and you're using me for your come up. And that's what's messed up. So I don't agree with that. Anyway, I wish him well, child. I wish him well. Let me see. Is Real Housewives of Potomac coming on today? Hold on. I might have to get ready. Is it today? And the trailer came out recently. It looks like. Sorry, my skin is like super dry. October. Okay, yeah. Never mind. We got time. Okay, so that's one. What's next? Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is having smashing sessions on Instagram Live. Yeah, Shannon Sharp. Who else wanted to hear Shannon Sharp moan and groan? And I would play the video, but I don't know if I could do that on YouTube. Probably not. But there's a viral video, and you can just Google it for your own gain. It probably is already on YouTube on someone else's account, but I'm trying to get monetized finally, so not doing it here. Anyway, he apparently accidentally went on Instagram Live, or his Instagram Live was on while he was having an intimate moment with a lady friend named Michelle. And the Instagram Live is not necessarily facing him. It's on a desk or an end table, and you're hearing his moans. You're hearing him repeatedly say Michelle's name repeatedly. My man don't even say my name during sex. Like, I don't think it's a thing. I don't think it's a thing. People say name, because they usually use a pet name, right? You say babe, oh baby, stuff like that. Anyway, he initially claimed that his Instagram was hacked, and he's so embarrassed. But later on, he had an emergency, well-prepared video conference on his podcast with Ocho Cinco. That is only a virtual podcast. They only meet virtually. And so he's talking about it with Ocho Cinco. They're going on, and they're like laughing and oh man. And he's like being bigged up, and he's bigging himself up. You know, he's like, oh, I'm doing what every healthy man does. I don't regret my action, but I'm embarrassed. And I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. Oh gosh, I hate when my nose acts like this. I'm sure I can find a video of him talking about it. Anyway, the conspiracy is he did this as a ploy. He did this as a ploy. He did this to divert the rumors of him possibly being a homosexual or bisexual. And there were rumors of him being in a sexual relationship with his male stylist, who apparently is a homosexual man. Shannon Sharpe has never been married. He does have children. He has multiple children. I don't know with whom. I did hear that they're with white women, which is another red flag. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's another back to back. What else? They're grown now. But yeah, there's no evidence of him being in a relationship with black women, nor ever being married to one or being married in general. His nickname, Shay Shay, have the impression of very feminine. His way of communicating, his hand gestures, the clothes that he would wear, the sizing of the clothes. That video of him when he was coming out of a car and he was holding on to his man purse. And he's like hopping out the car, very tight sweats on, just looking crazy. There's a lot of things that could make you wonder, I wonder if he's, I never really cared to wonder about it. Like what? I don't think about Shannon Sharpe. Would I be surprised? I mean, it's one of those things where I could see it. I could, if you add all of those parts up that I said earlier, I want to be like surprised. And he's so, the way that he talks like he's like gossiping. I don't know. It's a lot. But now he's out with merch. He is out with merch and he's capitalizing from this moment. And the merch is saying the name Michelle, which is the name, like I said, of him calling out the lady who he was smashing. There's a part in the video where he's growling. It's like, okay. Hold on. This is other headline that got my attention. Tyrese says he was devastated and crushed over divorce. I let God down. If you don't shut the fuck up. Let me see if I can find that exact clip though. He's so extra. But yeah, I want to see. Let's look at the parody. Oh, did I retweet it? I hope I retweeted it. There's this guy who's super funny. He always creates these parodies about anything that's viral online. Why didn't I retweet it? Am I okay? Ugh, fudge. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just been a lot going on. Let me pause. And we're taking. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
You try to make light of it. Nobody was harmed in the making of this audio.
No. Well, I don't know, except
she might have had to put a little ice pack down there, but she good otherwise. Nope. You play a hard game.
Like doing all of that. I don't know. I feel like men of a certain age, at least, they don't do that anymore. Like they don't talk in a way to give the impression, I beat that thing up, like, okay. Like, do you not do that on a regular? Do you not have sex like that on a regular? Like, are you not getting any on a regular that it's so profound? It's so life-changing that you have to talk like that?
Hey, you ice. Basketball players ice their knees, they ice their ankles, the elbows and stuff like that. After up and down football players. Okay.
Hey, she might be in the episode right now. Hey, she in the episode right now watching the show. Hey, Michelle. All right. Heal up, sweetie. Heal up.
You try to.
They look old as like old ladies old. Not to be an ageist, sorry. Okay, let's listen to this video. So this seems to be an interesting take regarding Kamala and Trump. Let's see.
And you love God. A lot of y'all that be in my comment section calling me all type of negative names because of my opinion and the party I'm supporting. You claim you love God. A lot of y'all be in church every Sunday saying, I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm this, and God don't play about me. Baby, God know you a demon. You are a demon, because anytime you can support a party that's promoting homosexuality, that's promoting transgenderism, that's promote the exploitation of children, you can't be of God. See, what y'all want to do is associate God with blessings. I'm still blessed. I'm still blessed. Baby, demons get blessings too. God said in the scriptures, even fools prosper. But see, what you don't prosper in is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of God's word in the scriptures. You really be out here trying to manipulate God. You really be out here just using God so that he can give you money and all type of physical materialism. That's what you really about. And that's why your life the way it is. That's why you can support a party who clearly states what they're about. They're not hiding it. These demons ain't hiding. They don't got to hide it because you're so easy to be tricked. So,
ooh, okay, well, she's spitting a word. Speaking of that, I'm just learning that there has been yet another assassination attempt on Donald Trump. They're really trying to get him out of here. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick. Breaking news. I'm trying to see if he'll make it until the day he gets sworn in. Like, what's happening?
Former President Donald Trump's campaign says he is safe and unharmed, and the FBI is leading the investigation after an apparent assassination attempt at his West Palm Beach golf club on Sunday.
1:30 this afternoon, call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service. Former President Donald Trump is safe and unharmed following a protective incident shortly before 2 p.m. on Sunday at Trump International Golf Club at West Palm Beach. The U.S. Secret Service personnel opened fire on a gunman located near the property line, and this matter is under investigation.
Authorities brought a man in custody who they say is a possible suspect in the incident. The
Child, we'll just see what happens there. That's crazy. Back to back to back to back. Enough. Let this man be. It's just thing after another after another after another. Okay, Tyla's getting a lot of backlash from her behavior at the MTV Video Music Awards. Let's take a look at this clip here. I'm going to go ahead and share this part of my screen.
Oh my gosh. You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Please. Are you able to open me? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Firstly, thank you. Thank you, my tigers. Thank you.
Okay, so that right there, people had an issue with because they felt like, why couldn't she hold her own award? Felt like she was speaking down on Lil Nas X and Chloe and Halle Bailey, trying to make it seem like they're her peasants. Hold this for me as I stand here and collect this award. I didn't get the impression. I think she said it very sweetly too. She was like, please, you know me, I can't hold awards. They're too heavy for me. And I think that was a nice flex too. Like, cause I've been getting so many. Y'all know me by now. I can't hold these things.
MTV, my team, God, everyone. This is such a big moment for Africa, African music. Like, guys, the global impact that water has had on the world just proves that African music can be pop music too.
And that right there, people are having an issue with because, oh, your song didn't make that much of an impact. Like, girl, who you think you are? It didn't shift the culture when it came to African music. And I think people are just haters. Because yes, it absolutely did. When Water came out, I remember hearing that back to back to back to back. It was always make me sweat. It was a lot. It's a beautiful song. It's a great song, catchy. Her performance was amazing. She's a cute girl. And apparently her album was really great too. I haven't given that a shot. I don't know any other song from her. So I don't know what else she got going on. But I do think Water has helped shift the culture in favor of Afro beats and whatever else of that genre. But yeah, people are saying that
this is just so special, but also bittersweet, because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeat. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeats has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeats. I come from South Africa. I'm a piano. I represent my culture, and I just want to shout out all the Afrobeats artists in this category with me. Shout out Thames, Ira Star, shout out Loj, shout out Rema, Whiskey, Burna Boy, all of us. And yeah, I love you. This is just...
And that right there, people were saying, oh, like, basically, who do you think you are? You know, calm down, Missy, humble yourself type of thing. And I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like it's fair at all. A blogger who's, I guess, pretty successful in his own right. I don't follow him necessarily, but I heard of his name. His name is Armand Wiggins. And he said a comment. I was looking at my neighbors. What are y'all doing? Call me Karen. Call me blaring. Whatever. I'm seeing what's going on in the neighborhood. Oh my gosh. I was walking earlier today. I'm like, maybe I should take the bus and see what this chance. No, I don't care what. Nope. I'm getting good at Uber or Lyft every time. Nope. Too many different strange characters. Anyway, I decide to walk back to my house, and I think I'm gonna get a car this week. I'm just gonna get a new car this week. I'll figure it out. I need a car. I need my own car. You know. But we'll see. But anyway, I'm walking back. There's this like guy riding his bicycle, and he's breaking his neck, staring at me. And he's doing it in a way to obviously get my attention, and in hopes that I'll smile or wave or say hello or say something, right? And I've been down this road before, metaphorically. But I've been in situations like that before where literally I'm walking, I'm out of my own business, and a guy riding on a freaking bicycle is haunting me down. It's so annoying. But the best thing to do is to ignore. Do not engage. And I have my pepper spray on. I'm gonna get a gun soon. Anyway, that's gonna happen soon. The point is, how does it have anything to do with Tyla? What's the point? The point is, I'm just so tired of being gawked at. I guess I'm just like walking, minding my business, fat ass in tow, but just ride your bike, face forward. But when you don't pay someone attention, they eventually leave you alone. Hopefully. But I gotta get that hammer on me sometimes. Anyway, I was watching a video on YouTube of this woman. She says she lives in Texas. I don't know which. I think she said Dallas, I think, but definitely in Texas. And this is not exclusive to Texas. This happens everywhere in the world, everywhere in America. So not to single Texas out, but just to say that trafficking is a real thing. You know, human trafficking is a real thing. And she was, hopefully I'm close enough. I'm just stretching my legs. She was saying how she usually does these strolls around her neighborhood, initially with her dog, and after she's done walking her dog, she'll do her own walk by herself, like as part of her exercise routine. Anyway, so she does this, right? She notices a car. Let's see if I can find it. It was interesting. She notices a truck circling around her block, slowing down, just making it super obvious. Like, damn, if you're gonna try to kidnap somebody, at least make it cool, right? Like, I don't know, like there's a way to do it without making it yourself too obvious, in my opinion. Oh, I found the Shannon Sharp video. That was okay. I'll play that later. Maybe is this ADHD? Okay. Hold on. Let me pull it up. But yeah, this is video of her. This is random woman that decided to share her story. It was a while ago. I watched so many damn videos. I've been watching all these like new car videos. Oh, I just got a new car and this is how this car looks inside out. I can't find it. Child. Oh, there we go. I found it. Yay. Okay. Let me flip it over. So, yeah, here she go.
Y'all, when I say that I've had an experience this morning, is an understatement, because for one, always be on the lookout of your surroundings, okay? So I take my dog on morning and evening walks. So we're doing our morning walk, and I noticed a red truck with about 4 or 5 Hispanic males following me.
That already. And who was a guy breaking his neck to view me and waiting for me to say, I literally turned, I had to bring back my bitch face. My bitch face. The like resting bitch face people talk about all the time. People don't understand. At least I don't think men understand that is done for our protection. Like, we have to save face by looking like a bitch. We have to save ourselves by looking like a bitch. You know, not in a negative way, like, oh, you a bitch, like a punk, but like how can I appear to look like I can't be fucked with type of, you know? Anyway, so I had my bitch face on. I'm just like that smushed that. What? I didn't say that, of course, but I did my best to ignore him. And because he was gawking at me so hard, I had no choice but to turn my head or avert my eyes. But when I did, I gave him that same bitch face. Anyway, he eventually realized, oh, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Hispanic guy. Like, first of all, you're Hispanic. I don't know. I just, not to sound racist, but like, I don't know. I just don't really see a lot of Hispanic, Spanish men. That's how I call them back in the day. I don't see them checking for black girls. Like, they're very loyal to their mommies, their Hispanic women. So I just felt like, why are you even looking at me? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, like, I don't even see you. Like, I'm not even looking at you. I'm not even, looks at me. No, it's weird. I just don't understand, why are you even looking at me? And I think that was funny. Anyway, let's listen.
Following me, because at first I'm like, I'm just tripping, but I'm always alert, y'all. I'm always looking. And I noticed the same truck circles me about 4 times. And the last time it kind of slows down. And this is the end of the walk. So I take my dog home. I take him inside. And then as I'm taking his poop, I notice that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I see that the truck is moving. And then I back to the trash in the back in the alley, the same truck comes by in the alley. And the guy on the passenger side is like looking like this. He like does that at me. He has a really nice watch on. He's dressed nice. So they're not contractors before y'all think they're here.
See, there we go. Like making themselves so obvious. Like, why are you rubbing your chin? Why are you trying to figure out, she'll be about $10,000. And we're not gonna play this whole video, but it's about 5 minutes long. That's the gist of it. I really want to point, always trust your gut. Why did I bring this up? I was just talking about Tyler. I don't know, but oh yeah, I'm about to get that thing on me just in case. Is there a stand your ground law in Texas? Stand your ground law. Because what is my George Zimmerman rights here? Texas Stand Your Ground law, also known as the Castle Doctrine, allows people to use force, including deadly force, to protect themselves in certain situations. Okay, so yeah, perfect. But you know how the law is, you have to be very peculiar, because it's like, oh yeah, but if he was in your house, did it show that he was going to kill you? What if he just wanted to use your bathroom? What if, they'll find such little ways to get around the obvious just so they could win their case. So I don't know. But yeah, we do have a stand your ground law. It's called the Castle Doctrine law in Texas. So that's good to know. Self-defense is always protected here. So that's very comforting, but we'll see, child. All right, moving on. Speaking of self-defense, Dawn Richards is the latest person to file a lawsuit against Diddy. She is claiming sexual abuse from him and other monstrous behavior, including brutality, things she's witnessed and experienced directly from him. Let's see. So Dawn Richard, she used to be a part of Danity Kane. Oh, such a good band that was great music, very talented women, but they couldn't last past 2 albums. Kind of toxic, very toxic for sure. They started their band. They started their band from Making the Band, which was an epic show on MTV. Was it MTV or VH1? Hold on, let me go back. But those who know, like this was a show. This was a show back then. Like you would really follow them along their journey in quote unquote making the band. So let's take a listen to this clip here.
Your contract too. And so I've given a lot of thought, and I'm gonna let you out your contract too. As far as you going, I still want to make music with you. I still want you to be signed to the label. And if I decide to put that together, Danity Kane, then you'll be the only member that'll still be there.
Okay. What I want to hear from D Woods. D Woods was the only other Black woman. It was D Woods and Dawn Richards, or Richard, who was the only Black women a part of making the band. And D Woods have always came off very like stand up type of woman, take no shit, talented for sure, but like a leader in her own self. I don't think she's someone who's weak to have gotten taken advantage of by Diddy for so long, at least as long as Cassie and Dawn was. It just didn't, she never gave the impression that she could. Let me see, what is she saying here?
Working with Puff, I would like to look at it as like a master PhD program in music business because I had just graduated from NYU. I graduated a year early, and I rushed through school, and I went straight into the whole making the band situation. I was just trying to get in the industry any way I could, and that was the way in. You read about it, you took classes on it, you went to a weekend seminar, whatever. There's nothing like actually having to live these things of the music.
And I think she was the oldest out of all the women in the group. She was educated, and so she had her wits about herself. So I just never got the impression that she got taken advantage of. I hope that's the truth. But yeah, this is D Woods. This is not Don Richards. Anyway, let's go back to Don Richards, okay? Don Richards filed a lawsuit against him and is saying that she was subjected to him verbally abusing the women and more. So he said how he would call them fat, ugly, bitches, and hoes. She said Diddy had particular disdain for her because she was young and excited to work with such a famous person. So he used that to his advantage, because Don was so hungry to be in the industry by any means, he took advantage of that. In 2005, the court docs say Richard saw another of Diddy's former girlfriends, Kim Porter, crying as she left a music studio with her face all banged up. It was then, Richard says, she realized Diddy was capable of violence and her life could be in danger. So that was in 2005. A year later, Richard was present. Richard hasn't Don Richard, in case I'm not clear. Don Richard was present when Diddy was first introduced to Cassie, invading her space while transfixed her in a predatory fashion. According to the docs, in 2009, she says she personally witnessed Diddy high on drugs, throw Cassie against a wall, choke her, and drag her up a flight of stairs in his LA home. So this was obviously a horrific sight to see. My question is, why did she continue to work with him? I don't know. Maybe she was just put in a corner and felt. I'm just trying to understand the logic behind it. Like, do you really want him to be in the industry that bad that you witnessed such horrific acts and said to yourself, well, it's not me though. Let me keep on working closely closely with this guy. It's not me though. I think she also accused him of SA. Let's see if I can find that. She claims her dad traveled from Baltimore to New York to free his daughter and confront Diddy, threatening to report him to the police. But she says Diddy told her dad, think about your daughter and think about your daughter's career. Okay, let me say this. Look, it's not like I don't believe Dawn. I do. I believe everything she said here. I think it is true for sure, especially with the amount of detail and distress she is expressing in this report. There's a whole court document that is public access. Like, we have public access to that. So it's there. But not to say that can't be lied, but the point is I do think it's true. What I find to be interesting, though, is after Diddy told her dad this, think about your daughter's career, that was enough for her to say, you know what, let me think about my career here. Is my life being at risk more beneficial than my career? I think not. Like, that's just the weird part. Like, why aren't you thinking more about your well-being, your personal welfare? That's just so weird to me. So that's where we are. And I think this was an opportune time for Dawn to take advantage of this calculated downfall against Diddy. Very much so. And, since Diddy already admitted to being, he necessarily didn't admit it in the video, but he definitely alluded to it. He said he was in a dark place, and he feels sorry for what he's done, but he's never, like, he didn't say in that same video, I did do those things to Cassie, and he didn't say Cassie's name, but we could all put two and two together because the video was released right after his response was released right after the video. Anyway, so after this lawsuit was filed by Don Richard against Diddy, Diddy's rep said this: if Miss Richard had such a negative experience with making the band and Danity Kane, she would not have chosen to continue working directly with Mr. Combs for dirty money. Mind you, that's a good point. That's a good point. Don wanted this by any means necessary, and that's a hard pill to swallow, that you would accept the abuse, the mistreatment, the lack of pay, all of that. You'll accept all of that just to get in the limelight, just to quote unquote make it. So for her to be a part of this exclusive group with Diddy, the group being Dirty Money, which is a great group. I like that group. Look, Diddy knows how to put a group together. One thing about it. Yeah, if she had such a negative experience, why would she continue to work with him, especially in such a direct format? Nor would she have returned for the Making the Band reboot. There was a reboot. I did not know that. It happened in 2020. Wow, I didn't know that. Or agreed to be featured on the Love album just last year. It's unfortunate that Miss Richard has cast their 20-year friendship aside to try and get money from him. But Mr. Combs is confidently standing on truth and looks forward to proving that in court. I mean, look, let me say this. It's not like I don't agree with what she experienced or what she's telling us to be so. I do think it happened, but I don't think she's this victim. I don't think she was trying to escape and couldn't, at least with Cassie. Yes, they had a long relationship, but she tried to escape multiple times, but she was just such enthralled. Like, she was such an entanglement in him that there was no way. It was hard. Like, he had a whole set against her. But with Dawn, they weren't together. I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels scummy. I feel like it was an opportunity for her to get some money, and we'll see how it goes. Crazy times we're in. All right, ladies and gents, we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you are supporting this podcast in the many ways, including subscribing, sharing, telling a friend, and liking this video on YouTube. Thank you, and until next time, bye.